Hi, so we're talking legs up the wall. This is a 15-minute video which could act as a timer and just a reminder and maybe some company while you're doing it, because this is something that I do, and I encourage people to do it. So, legs up the wall, it's getting into it takes a little bit of practice. I'm just scooting myself right up against the wall and laying down, and then with my bottom on the wall, just getting myself there. What's nice about this is that my legs are, it doesn't take any effort, and there's a real benefit to having the legs inverted over the heart and the head. It's really nice for the nervous system, the endocrine system. Also the spine. And take a moment to notice how your body starts to settle into this pose. This is a physio-normative training. We're helping the body realign its own plumb line. And right now, the spine is being held up in a very flat plane by the floor. And at 90 degrees, the legs, the hips are actually out of gravity and are sitting in the hip joint at a different angle, which can feel good. It can feel good for the low back. It gives a break to all the muscles of the legs that attach at the pelvis, and then therefore the muscles that attach from the pelvis to the spine and the upper shoulder girdles. And take your time getting into this pose. And you'll find that as the minutes go by, as you hold a gentle awareness of the sensations of your body, that relaxation happens kind of at increments. Some people might notice that their shoulders start to feel relaxed first, and the low back later. Some people find their toes, who knows, it might be individual, but pay a kind of a soft attention on how your body is settling itself in this different gravity and how it's wanting to. So right now my neck is unwinding. I'm just letting my neck unwind. Here, this is just sort of over time, as we build our proprioception and attuning ourselves to listening to these indicators from our own body, we can listen for times and places that it wants to unwind, and so that's what I'm allowing my neck to do here. If it feels good, have your arms out at 90 degrees. Really good for the rib cage and diaphragm. Some really powerful research I've looked at talks about the breathing exercise of 4-count inhale and the 8-count exhale. It's a lot to coordinate right there. For a period of 10 to 15 minutes even. This exercise, start with doing it 1 or 2 minutes at a time to make sure that your body is going to be okay with it right now. Start with, set a timer for 2 minutes and see how far you get. And it does take a while for the body to get accustomed to what this pose can do. And then slowly build up. You know, if 2 minutes felt okay, next time set a timer for 5 minutes. If that felt okay, next time do it for 10 minutes. If 5 minutes felt like a stretch and you could barely do it, then do it for 5 days. Do it for 5 minutes for about 5 days. After 5 days, try it for 10 minutes. The building slowly is a really important ingredient in helping the body take on systemic change. Increments, honoring the pacing, honoring baby steps. When it comes to the body, the farther you want to go and what kind of change you want to see, the slower you want to go. And even when you're doing 2 minutes of self-care a day, make sure that 2 minutes is a very slow 2 minutes. So I like to have my arms out. It feels really good on my rib cage, my thorax, my shoulder girdles. It's very balancing for the mid-back, especially for people with mid-back, shoulder blade tension. And there's my neck unwinding again. That's okay. If you have a neck crink, like I do right now, here's a little trick. Bring your shoulder up, and you're going to pop the top of your shoulder blade right into your hand there. Give yourself a little massage. Not to make it hurt, just to bring blood, bring oxygen, bring nutrients, bring awareness. That's all the body needs. And you're breathing, seeing about filling up the belly. You can put your hand on your belly. Invite your breath to float your hand up. Making the exhales twice as long as the inhales. And check in. If it feels good to you, check in to the back of the head. How's that back of the head feeling? Check in with the back of the eyes. Are there any muscles that could soften? Alexa, stop. So that's the 15-minute timer. So if your goal was to do 15 minutes, then this is your stopping point. And if you've gotten to the 15-minute point, this is what I'd like you to do next. The next time you do this practice, which I hope is tomorrow, or even a second time today, because the demands on so many of us are so large right now. Mentally figuring out our planet situation, emotionally, so much change and upheaval. Physically, so many of us have challenges. So we need supports on a regular basis, a lot of support, because that body wisdom is there. That perfect health is manifesting itself. And when the demands are too high, it gets run over. It's just, when the demands are too high, it gets run over. And this is a time when it appears to me, for many people, that the demands are very high. And what I mean by high demands, if the word high demands raises a question, I guess what I would say is, if you have 3 hours a day to yourself, where you don't have any demands on you, 3 or 4 hours a day where you don't have demands on you, then our self-regulating systems is going to have a really hard time engaging to their fullest capacity to be continually renewing ourselves for the demands. You know, I have a wish one day that we all do have 3 or 4 hours a day just to take care of ourselves. Sometimes that means our homes and our communities too. But when and that's just a matter of balance. You know, there's only so much of our energy we can put out and not give back. That's another essential ingredient of well-being. And so maybe that's a good place to stop for now. I want to say more about well-being and demands, and how when the demands are too high, then, you know, our self-regulatory and self-healing mechanisms can't engage fully. So one of the things that I would love to see humanity evolve to is understanding our needs for self-care, which sometimes might include caring for others too, but that's my hope and wish. Thank you for practicing with me. I hope that you get to see the benefits of this in this moment, tomorrow, ongoing. It'll deepen. Okay, I have other ideas for you, but that's plenty for now.